Hi guys, welcome back. Antonia from Algo Trading. This is a follow-up video from previous build Bitcoin scratch. A lot of it's a little long. So I decided to do a follow-up video on that, and today what we're going to be doing, building a Bitcoin EA from scratch, using with no coding. No coding. Not going to go into the code editor. We're going to be doing the same process. Get our strategies. How to use the MQL5 Wizard, test, optimize, and that's about it. Should be a really quick video. Let's get into it. Okay, the first thing we need to do is research. So if you've watched my previous video, I like to go to a qualified strategy, get strategies, trading ideas, or quantified strategies, crypto. Yeah, well, it seems like quantified strategies might be down actually. I think Google is actually having issues. A problem getting, yeah, I had a problem connecting to YouTube. So I think servers are working right now. So the two strategies we found in an RSI strategy, momentum, trend following strategy, and a average. One I'm going to do is moving average strategy. Firstly, we take a X average, buy when it's above the average, we average. So let's build our EA. I'll go through this quite quickly. If you guys wanted to out, you could the quantified strategy to see Bitcoin and crypto guide, where they talk about market time, monthly trend following strategy, RSI. Okay, let's go. Let's start. Okay, we're not coding here, let's generating. So I'm going to create a new folder, call it no coding. I actually think I'm going to do a couple of these. Quite fun. It's people experience level get into programming. This one we're going to move file, and then what you do is you click the expert advice generate. This will create your code template. This will create a generate. Not generate. Click next, and we're going to call it anything. You put it front, current, time frame current. That's only saying that whatever chart you're taking, that symbol. Then the next we're going to add signals. So what we do, we click add button. They've got a whole bunch of built-in. If you are going to try the other signals, go with sort of following. Go to the help. It tells you about the different signals. Yeah. I'm going to use average, buy on a fair breakout, buy when candle is above average, breakout, and sell break sells. These are the conditions that we turn X. Actually go. I would generally, so I would use following strategy. Built in relative index. commodity version. I mean, you could play with some of these. I'm just going to use the average. Add average. We're going to keep these all time frame. Run it on. You can change this if daily, but we're just going to and daily. Okay, so we now change it when optimize. Okay, that's that. So I'm going to add one signal, then stop, and we based on level, leave the as is for now. We could change it. And then I like to use trading with this wrist. So then you could set the trade one. A finish. Okay, so that we built the EA. See, it actually code for you. Won't end, but it's built-in sort of function. Now it's done. Call it. Okay, sorry if you guys got the chat. Check the chat periodically. We are running at a delay, and that's done perfectly. See the screen more clearly. If play this, doing immediate sort of action periodically. That or anything. No, I'm still this getting all ducks in a row. All right, so we have compiled, we've built our EA. Now we're going to go trading window, and we're going to go optimize. I think while we optimize, okay, I click on the test. I'm going to run it on the 1 minute. See, previous video, text in my and run it. Just in the run this. Don't know how this works. Context better just tech, but time I'm just going to get a sort of like broad understanding. Best setting, change it, put it, run it, so run it first on one, get a broad picture about what works, and then fine tune it. Less parameters select every tick. Okay, so we're running Bitcoin to start daily, and then we're just going to run for just to get okay. We started in capital of 500, 5,000. Bonus was enough. Okay, signal threshold. Really sure what this does. All I do is just levels of ordered 0, depth of 1. I think what that does, it looks at all the different, we saw there when we went to help, saw all the different types of entry. I think it just tunes that threshold. Is it far from A, then it will be a higher threshold. If it's closer to the MA value, low threshold. It just tunes, so like how strong do you want, how weak. I don't know if 100's closer to strong or how it works. I'm 100% often do this, but I just said from 0 to 100 it gets optimize that. Price level, I don't know what that is. 0. Now the stop loss and take profit started 0, and saw from our previous video, Bitcoin goes up in steps of 15,000. I'm going to go up to about 1,000. That is 500. It's very important that you put in, show you this, extremely important. A lot of people don't understand your take profits, and why you look at your, okay, went over this in the last, do it again, didn't view. I look at the specifications of Bitcoin. There's a thing here called stops level. So that's the minimum stop loss you're 15,000. If you have a stop loss of less than that, it's going to stop. What I normally do is I see what is the stop level that, then I take that stop level, increment in increments of that level. So if it says the minimum levels move up to 6, I'll just keep it in increment level. I probably could have a stop 20,000 greater than, I just normally do increment that level. It's the safest way of doing it. You at least know your stop loss work. Duration of pending order. Just going to leave. Okay, the moving average. Now we get into the average setting. I'm going to start at 5. I'm going to steps of 5. Okay, moving. Actually, let's average my averaging period. I'm just going to keep that to X. Close price. Moving average weight. Stay with that. 1. I think that is if you got more than one indicator. One want the moving average to have more weight than you'd to like 5 and the RSI. Okay, we're back. Okay. Back. Oh, that's all right. Alrighty. We were on average stop loss levels. I'm going to do it the same way I did all the trailing stop levels. I'm going to do the same thing. Stop loss and take it. I'm going to go up in 1,000 to 500. Check the chat, just know if I was still. Oh, sorry. So, SA Levi, sorry. You can ask a question. Just please type in the chat, and then I will get back to your questions. Is everything alright with the video and everything now? Okay, cool. Look, I can disable the video. Don't worry about the video. As long as you've seen what I'm actually doing, you're seeing, is it the video of my actual face or the video general? All right. Well, let's carry on. And the percentage of the risk, we are going to start at 1 and doing steps of 1, and we are going to go to, let's go to 5. We don't risk more than 5% of our total. Okay, cool. Thank you. So you can hear me clearly now. All right. We are ready to start testing now. We are ready to run the optimization. And let's go. I'm just going to run it. Let's just see if my agents are ready. I'm going to run it using the MQL5 cloud network. Say you need a little bit of money in your account. It probably costs about $2 or $3 per optimization. But it's the fastest way of doing it. Basically what's happening is you are using other people's servers to run your optimizations on. So people rent space on their servers, and then you're able to, with paying a small fee, you could optimize on other people's servers. So you can see there's Asia, Europe. You can see there's 12,000 servers in Europe that you're able to run your backtests on, and they combine all that computing power of everybody's servers, and then you could run it. Right. Let's see. Oh, okay, let's start optimization. Okay, so maybe while the optimization is running, we can go look at some trades. It's starting to run. So let's go look at some trades. You followed my live trading session this morning. You'll see that I entered a Solana trade. I put a very small stop loss. So I was a little bit worried about CPI data coming today, but it turned out the CPI data was in favor of cryptos, so we're actually in a bit of profit at the moment on that trade. And I'll show you where we're at. Let's look at the Solana trade. I mean, so we're $15 in profit. Bad. It's about 5%. I think. Oh, it's about 5%, so it's not a bad trade. It was about $23 up at one stage, but I'm just going to let it run, keep it going. I've got a very small stop loss in. I'm risking probably $8, and if it hits my take profit area. So the premise of the trade was that if we bounce off this sort of bottom up, if we bounce off this sort of bottom trend line, I mean, we've got this sort of rising channel, and if we bounce off the bottom of the channel, it got there this morning, it was on the channel, I took the long, and we're in some profit. Just a few other trades that I said I was going to take, but I didn't take because I was scared of CPI. But I mean, not trading is just as good as is trading in itself. Okay, we could look at some other trades that I'm looking at. That's a Solana trade. Let's look at the Matic trade. I'm actually looking at some shorts now. I mean, we had a bit of a run today with the CPI data coming up, but it seems to have slowed down. I mean, these things 2-3%, some of them 11% or so. Matic, I'm looking for a short in this area, so if we reach this zone over here, I'm going to take the short and then we're going to ride it down to about this area over here where I'll look for another long entry. So that's Matic plan, because I'm still not convinced. I still think we're going to have another pull down. Some people say the bull run started, some people say the hasn't started. I still think we're going to have another leg down and then we're going to go all out up. Yes, all you got to do is, so we're going to answer the first question first about the MT5 and the optimizations. So what you do, you need to log into you create an account on MQL5.com. You just deposit money in there in your MT5 terminal. You'll go here and then you'll log in using that MQL5 password. And once you've done that, you'll see your balance available under agents. And then you'll just right click here and you could say either use a local agent, which is your own computer. And I've only got 4 cores, so that test would have taken an hour or 2. You can see it took a couple of seconds, probably a couple of minutes on there. You could easily also use a local network, so if you've got a network of computers, but I just check this MQL5 cloud network. And you deposit money into your MQL5 account, and then you could use this processing. What was the next question there I saw you had? TradingView. Now I'm using, what is TradingView? I'm using a trading platform called Bybit, and I think it pulls in from TradingView. I think TradingView must have some sort of partnership or something with them. But you've got a TradingView style of chart and you've got a standard chart. TradingView style of chart is very cool. But the trading platform that I use is called Bybit. Cool. Okay, so it looks like the optimizations are done. Let's have a look at our results. So the best result is, these are all basically the same. So the signal threshold, it really doesn't look like it has much effect because all of these have exactly the same results. So this is the best result based on complex criterion. So when I test, I always use this complex criterion max. That shows the best results. It takes a combination of sort of like all the different parameters, and it creates a score of it. And that score, normally I like a score about above 80, but I mean 70 is not bad. So now I'm going to look at the profit. It looks like the max profit is giving me the best score. So we're just going to take any one of these. I don't think it makes any difference with this. So let's take one of these. We're going to run it. So you just double click it. And we can see our curve. Not bad. Really not bad results. So we've run this over a 2-year period. Started with 5,000 to 2 years. Sort of made basically 100%, just over 100%. Our drawdown is reasonable, 11% drawdown or 12% drawdown, which is reasonable if you're running this by itself, if this is the only EA you're running. And it's got a 61% win ratio, so that's really, really not bad. So all in all, not bad results. Now the last thing we're going to do now is I've downloaded, so we're going to save, we've got these results. Another little feature, we'll go into that in another video. Okay, so we've saved these results. So if you want to save your set file, so now we've put in these settings, but they're not on the default settings of when you add this EA. So what you do here, you right click in your settings window, because now it's set these settings. So you right click in your settings windows, you click save. I don't know, I've got a folder called live set. You could save it wherever you want. Create a new folder. We just call this no coding, because we're going to use this folder quite a bit. We're going to save it in there, and we're going to call this Bitcoin EA. And then and I always do it like this: D1, the day one set. It's a daily set. What I did notice. Okay, save that. What I did notice is that there is no magic number, but I don't know if you need it. I don't know. I don't know if you need a magic number, but don't worry about that for now. So now if you want to load this EA again, so you could say, so you load it and it's got all the default settings. What you can do now, you could just say load, browse to that set that you created, and it puts in all those values that you saved. And the same thing if you're going to load that EA onto a chart to begin trading. Alright, so the last thing I want to do now is I downloaded all the history since 2017 of Bitcoin from TickStory. Let's see, we've got a question. Right. Essay, yeah. I think this probably just watch the video again. Ask anything you want. Put it in the chat. I will answer questions in the chat. You could also get hold of me on my website. You could contact me. My website's algotrading.co.za. I'm happy to answer any questions. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to disable that, and we're going to test it on our TickStory history. So that is, we've got all history from 2017 till 2008. So we're going to run this backtest again, see what sort of results we get. Alright, let's start. Let's look at our record. Right, so not bad. That's about 18,000. That's 300%. 7 years. Not bad results. And then what we can do is now, because we now want to test it properly, we're going to run on every tick. It might be a little bit slower. See what sort of results we get in tick mode. See if we get similar results, or if we get completely different results. If we get completely different results, we would need to go back and re-optimize on every tick mode. But I don't think it'll be too different. I mean, you could look while this is running. You can actually see a couple of the trades that are entered. So yeah, it entered this trade. The candle closed above the whatever day this is. This is 40-day moving average, and then it took profits. Then this one, it sold across below the 40-day moving average. Took profits. Yeah, it's still selling because it's below. Took profits. There it was above, it closed, took a loss because it went back down below. There it sold, took a loss. So you could tweak it a bit more. I mean, maybe add another indicator, something like that, just so you get it right. But I mean, it's really decent results for generated EA. Okay, so we'll just see how this goes. Just gonna take a thing. So we tested on every tick mode, and we see how it plays out. See what's happening a lot of the times is that we get big profits, and then it sort of comes down, and you can see, yeah, this is now we're in big profit, but it hasn't taken profit yet. So there it took profit. You can see there. Let's just see what we get. test it on every tick, same period. Almost done. I don't know what's happening in this period. Yeah, it looks like it's from about 2020 onwards. Looking pretty good. So we could see if we get the sort of the same results, around 18K final balance, then we know we could just test on a 1 minute OHLC. Not really, it won't make much of a difference in live trading. Equity curve looks actually slightly better than the 1 minute OHLC. Got this down period here. Okay, so the results are actually slightly better. Let's have a look at the back test. Oh, it's about the same. Exactly the same. Run it on every tick and 1 minute OHLC. Okay, so hope you guys enjoyed that. Please subscribe to my videos, hit the notification button. I'm going to be doing a lot of these type of videos. Please post your comments. Check out my website. I know you're talking about crypto, but I have some ideas on hedging and creating EA for it. Oh, cool. I don't know what to say to that sort of question, but yeah. I do build custom EAs. That is what I do for a job. But anyway, yeah, carrying on. Thanks for joining, guys. Please hit the like, hit the subscribe, and yeah, stay tuned. There's going to be a lot more to come. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Cheers.